Hi, I'm Matt Ricker,
And I'm Catherine White, Executive Director of the New Rochelle Chamber of Commerce.
and we're here with Season 2 of the Chamber Chat. Joining us now are Nick and Carmelo, the co-owners of the Taco Project, right here in New Rochelle, but you also have several other locations, which we'll get to in a little bit. But Nick and Carmelo, thank you both for joining us today. So let's start by talking about how you guys got into the restaurant business, how Taco Project was ultimately founded, etc.
So the Taco Project started in 2014 in Terrytown. And then from there we've expanded over to Yonkers and Bronxville, Pleasantville, Stamford, and New Rochelle.
Yay.
I'll let Nick jump into kind of the thought process and the idea behind the Taco Project.
So, sure. So, like Carmelo said, we started in 2014. I've always been in the restaurant industry and business myself. I had born and raised in Yonkers. I had moved to the city for several years, had a restaurant down there. And then in 2013, moved back to Westchester and decided to take a shot here in Terrytown. Our other partner, not here today, Sebastian, has a barbershop in Terrytown.
Okay.
So check it in to get a haircut with him on a Saturday, morning. Coming up from the city where I was living, there was a little spot available right on the corner of Main Street in Terrytown, right across the street from the music hall, and it was available. And landlord didn't know me, so I had to bring Sebastian in on it, and he had never been, in the restaurant industry before, but he had told me Terrytown needs a taco spot.
Okay.
So, everybody tells the barber, everything. The barbers know everything about what's
True.
going on in town and everybody's
Absolutely.
business. So the space was available, what to do. I was coming from, obviously, an Italian background, from an Italian restaurant, and they had a ton of pizzerias and restaurants there. So we needed to do something a little different. So Seb came in with me, and we did that into 2014, and then went down to Yonkers, right on North Broadway over at the Boyce Thompson Center. And that was kind of like a homecoming for us, right? I grew up down the street. Seb didn't grow up that far from there. And then that's when we brought Carmelo in 2018. So we've been partners altogether since 2018, the three of us. So it's gone really well. So far, so good. And that's my background, restaurant.
Yeah.
So how'd you come up with the name Taco Project?
I don't know, just kicking a bunch of names around in the beginning,
And that just stuck?
Yeah, it was.
It's a good name.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good name.
It is. I like it.
It was a project, It was
Yeah.
it was a project, and it kind of leaves it open to be creative, right? So we could do kind of tacos from any kind of cuisine. So we've done,
Right.
we've dipped into other things like Asian or Greek, or even we've done some Italian influence kind of dishes. So it's our project. It's the people can build your own bowl. It's their project. So that's kind of the inspiration behind the name.
Excellent.
And so what brought you to New Rochelle?
For us, we were, being born and raised in Yonkers, we've never really ventured too far into New Rochelle. There seems to be, in Westchester, there seems to be like a divide in the middle.
Divide,
Yeah.
a rivalry, whatever you want to
No,
call it.
I wouldn't say rivalry. I would say more of it's just far, right? You guys, New Rochelle has everything you need here, and Yonkers has
Everything they need
there.
right? So you
Right.
don't really go there. And we've always talked about expanding to the east side of Westchester County, and New Rochelle is always kind of at the forefront. So we looked here a couple of years ago, and we just couldn't find an opportunity that worked for us. And then when we saw the Illustrator building and connected with the landlord, things just aligned, and it ended up working out well for us.
Yeah, it's
New
kind of
Rochelle
a,
has always been on our list.
it's kind of a great little hub right there with, the different businesses that are coming in and access to Iona and the high school kids.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, an area that definitely sees a lot of traction.
We wanted to be in the middle of the downtown area and
Yeah.
closer to Iona and the high school. So
It's great.
it was always an area where we wanted to be.
Yeah.
And it's been great, right? It's been really well received from the students, from people living in the downtown and in the buildings, and just overall the community.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Excellent.
great. And what would you say across all of your, maybe it differs from location to location, but what would you say your most popular product is at Taco Project?
Everybody loves something different, right? So,
Right.
obviously tacos are very popular. Shrimp tacos are my favorite.
That's mine.
Oh,
There you go.
right.
Shrimp tacos. Can't beat it.
But we just had some salmon tacos, which is the taco of the month. But people love bowls. They love the burritos. We do nachos for kids, quesadillas. You know, I would say probably the tacos are the most popular, but
Right.
you know, everybody has their favorite. So
Nice.
I don't think you could go wrong.
Yeah.
You know, there's no right or wrong.
Yeah. What recommendations do you have for someone that's looking to open a restaurant or a small business? What would you say the first step would be?
I think a lot of people want to open up businesses, and I think there's a stat at 90 or 95% of businesses don't make it,
Right.
especially small businesses. So it's definitely doing something that you're passionate about, right? For me, my past was always in real estate management, and we didn't mention this earlier, but we worked together as 15-year-olds at a restaurant as busboys and waiters. And I always had a passion to come into the restaurant business. So when I had an opportunity to invest with Nick and Sebastian, I was excited about it. So I think the first thing is doing something that you really love, right? Because it's not going to be easy. A lot of people believe, you know, I open up a business and I start making money. It doesn't work that way, especially in the beginning when you're really doing everything.
Right.
So I think that would be the first thing, is doing something you love and, you know, that you're passionate about.
Yeah. That's great. And you know, do you have any other plans to open any other locations in the coming months or the next year or so?
Yes, so we're in the permitting process for opening up a location in Greenwich, Connecticut,
Oh, nice.
Oh,
by
nice.
the train station. So we're hoping that that's going to be open at some time by May of next year, maybe a little bit later. And we'd like to open up more locations. We haven't quite pinpointed any exact locations in Westchester, but we could see ourselves with at least another one or two in
Yeah.
the surrounding communities.
That's great.
So now, do all the locations serve the same menu items? Do they, you know, do like each one have like a specialty or something that, you know, is more popular in one location than another? How does that work?
So all the restaurants are basically the same. The menus are copy and paste from restaurant to restaurant. You know, some dishes are more popular in other locations, but we, you know, besides the regular menu, we try to do a margarita of the month, try to change it up.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Right, we do a taco of the month, and we try to do some kind of like off the board specials, or like what we like to call Taco Project favorites. So they'll come and go. So to keep, you know, sometimes if you have people coming several times a week, you want to try to, you
Right.
know, give them something different, a little variety. But basically the menus are all the same. There is a little tweak in the way they look or maybe the layout, but we try to make it. We try to make the brand very recognizable when you walk in. So, like, if you don't know you're in the Taco Project, you know you're in the Taco Project.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, I remember
great.
at your grand opening, you had said there was a chef. He kind of like devises like the main menu and the concepts moving forward.
Sure. Yeah, Chef Juan Aguera has been with us probably for 6 years now. So he is the executive chef of the company, and he's basically he's the creator of all the tacos of the taco of the month. He's basically all the kitchen leaders and all of the back of the house report to him. You know, quality control, making sure everything tastes good, looks good, making sure the kitchens are clean. You know, we do our own inspections. You know, other than the health department, to make sure that things are kind of running the Taco Project way. So he has a lot of responsibility, but he's doing a great job.
So does he cook still? Like, does he show up in different locations, and he
Yeah.
might be, a chef for a day or so here just to work with the staffs?
Absolutely. So this month we were, because of Halloween, northern, Tarrytown
Tarrytown
area
has
is
the
right
big parade.
has the parade, and it's like a busy month with everything going on. So he was on the line working and helping out that kitchen, just as he was when Rochelle opened in the beginning. He was here
Right.
for a while, making sure everything was stable, and and he'll bounce around to the different locations depending on where he's needed most. But mostly he's overseeing and making sure the operation is running smoothly. But yes, he'll still jump in and cook when he
Yeah.
needs to.
Oh, that's
great.
Yeah.
So for those that are in New Rochelle, can you tell us where the location is? I know you mentioned it earlier, but if someone's tuning in later in the episode.
So we're located in the Illustrator at 600 North Avenue, right walking distance from here from Iona.
Yeah.
And we're on all the different platforms as far as delivery services. If somebody doesn't
Perfect.
feel like
Okay.
coming to the store, they can always order that way. We do a lot of catering. We've
Okay.
done some locally. We do a tremendous catering business, so we do a lot of home parties or businesses.
Nice.
anything from, we've done as small as 10 people up to 500 people parties.
Wow.
Yeah, and we've also gone locally. We have a food truck.
That's
so,
what I was gonna ask. You
yeah.
have a food truck, right?
Yeah, so we've put a food truck on the road. It's really, this spring was kind of its first real season, and it's been great. So that also goes around. So we give the
Yeah.
option. You want a regular catering? Would you like the food truck? Would you like our staff to come in and help serve? So that's a big part of our business.
And you're basically open lunch and dinner, correct?
So that's when you said about each store being somewhat unique. That is something we like to play with, depending on the area.
Right.
So all our stores are open pretty much from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. But in
Okay.
Yonkers, there was a big demand for breakfast. So we started what we call Project Sunrise. It's our breakfast menu only in our Yonkers location. It's right next to the hospital. There's a lot of office buildings
Right.
close by. So we put together a menu which is very similar to our brunch menu that we have on Saturday and Sundays at all locations.
Okay.
And in Bronxville and New Rochelle, we have late night eats. So we're open till midnight, only delivery. It's on third party. You can order on our app as well for pickup. So those are the few unique things, depending on the neighborhoods and what people have asked us for.
Right, so like you said that you were looking maybe at a location that could be by the train station, so that might be something where people would wanna go and grab in the mornings and get food.
Correct.
So that would be
Yes.
like something quick that,
Yeah.
but on the middle of North Avenue, the Iona students aren't necessarily coming for breakfast, but
Correct.
they're definitely hanging out on late nights.
Yes,
Correct.
we
Yeah.
were just speaking with our staff about that, saying how our New Rochelle store gets the busiest latest. So when
Yeah.
the students get out of
Interesting.
class,
Right.
they're going over and they're
Yeah.
eating and hanging out.
So now my daughter's had a quick question. The decor. It's kind of unique, it's a little quirky, it's different in each place. Who's doing that? Do you have that in staff? Is that you guys? Who's picking
That's-
those pieces?
So we got to give a shout out to Sebastian. He's not here. Seb,
Definitely not us.
yeah, Seb is definitely the design guy. He's the visionary on the way that the Taco Project looks. He always runs everything by us. What do you guys think? How does it feel? It's very interesting because when we started back in 2014, I was so focused on food and quality of food and service, and I kind of overlooked that part of it, right? Of like the way it feels, the ambiance, the lighting, the music,
Yeah.
and it's a huge part of the business. It's really like, so he brought a lot of that. He brought all of that, and made us realize how important that is. To kind of with the food, with the service, it's the whole experience.
Yeah, it's very unique. Even the font you use for the Taco Project, because I was trying to replicate that when we were doing your grand opening. I'm like, this is really like very unique to
Yeah.
try to match up all the styles and everything.
Yeah. We try.
Yeah,
we
no.
try. We try to. He's very much attention to detail, and we've kind of adopted that too. So, there is a lot of thought that goes into these things,
That's why it's
and
worthwhile.
it's great when people notice.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
well, that's
Yeah.
why it's worthwhile to
that.
like visit the different locations because you can see like the similarity, but yet the different vibe and the different feel that it
Yeah,
has.
Yeah.
And we're,
So
we're currently going through a rebrand. It's really like a refresh of the Taco Project. It's it's been over 10 years, and New Rochelle is somewhat of an inspiration for that, right? And you'll see it with our new colors and designs.
right.
We're still keeping a lot of the old, but you'll see a little bit of a twist to the brand moving forward.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Congratulations on all your success, and we wish you all the best of luck. And we're looking forward to stopping by and grabbing a quick
tacos.
bite.
Sure.